This is the new Kia Stinger, and this car is going to change the way you think about the Korean brand forever, because in the past it was seen as a maker of bargain basement machines, but this changes all that. You know, this car is designed to go up against the likes of BMWs and Audis, and it's got a price to match. It starts from £31,000, but does it feel worth that much on the inside? So when you first climb into it and take a look around, it does seem really good. It's quite a sporty interior, and materials at first glance are lovely. There's even metallic switches and metallic trim about the place, which just makes it feel posh. The only thing is though, when you look closely, it doesn't quite have the air of sophistication of a Mercedes, BMW and Audi. For instance, you only have to go down here to scratchy plastics. The steering wheel's nice, but the center hub is just, look at that. It's horrible. Then look at this, right, the center console, that wobbles as well, and you can see it flexing, and it doesn't have the Germans quite matched on quality. Where it does beat them though is standard equipment. So the entry level car, the GT, it's got pretty much all you need. Things like all-round parking sensors, you've got heated front seats, there's loads of kit. You've got the 8-inch infotainment system as standard. Speaking of which, it's generally quite easy to use, so you can shortcut to the different menus if you want using that, or just use the touch screen. And if you want more information on it, see what it's like, you can watch our detailed review of that by clicking on the pop-out banner or on the link below the video. But I still don't think it's quite as slick as the systems you get from BMW or Audi. I'm not too keen on this big fat bezel there either around the outside. But then if you want more kit, you can step up to the GTS line. Then it adds things like wireless charging for your mobile phone. You also get a reversing camera with 360-degree view, which is pretty cool at this level, and some other bits and pieces like LED headlamps. This is the range-topping S version, and it actually costs over £40,000 because it gets a V6 engine, and you also get fine Napa seats. Now, that's quite a lot, isn't it, for a Kia? And if I go on to carwow, you can look at one of its rivals, yes, such as an Audi S5 Sportback. But with the discount you can get on that car through carwow, there you can see how much you can save on the Audi S5. So it's actually not that much difference in price. So, yeah, you pay your money, you take your choice, don't you? Let's have a look in the back seats. But before I do, I should mention cubby spaces. Door bins are big enough to hold a big fat litre bottle such as this. You've got some extra storage under there, some charging points there for your phone. And in the glove box, yeah, there's enough space for more than gloves. Right, let's move on to those back seats. Yeah, it doesn't quite fit in the cup holders there. Maybe that one. Yes, it does. So, right, one thing I really do rate about this car is the quality of the seats. So here in the back, the bases are absolutely massive. They're really deep, so you've got lots of under thigh support. And they're lovely, they're sculptured nicely. The issue is this though, if I sit up straight, my head is easily touching the roof, easily. I really have to slouch if I don't want it to. So anyone over 6 foot will find it cramped back here. Now there's loads and loads and loads of knee room, but if the driver has their seat quite low, you can't put your feet under the seat in front, so it's quite awkward in terms of being able to stretch out. And this isn't a great car if you want to carry 3 in the back at once, because look, well, there you go, it's that sloping roof line. An Audi A5 Sportback does feel more roomy in the back. Things to point out though, you do get some charging points there with the USB one this side, and there's a couple of cup holders in here as well. And for a sloping roof-lined coupe, the windows are quite large, so it doesn't feel too dark and dingy back here. Moving on to the boot. Another area where the Kia isn't quite as good as the German cars which it's trying to beat is in its boot capacity. Now, all but the entry-level car does have an electric tailgate, which is quite nice, but the size is probably around 20% less than you get on something like a BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe. There's not much of a lip though to lift stuff over, so that's a good thing. And if I want to remove this parcel shelf, it shouldn't be too much of a chore. Where do I put it now though? Oh, I'm going to have to leave it here, aren't I? It won't fit underneath the boot floor, as you can see here. Actually, under there, you can see there's a tyre repair kit there. You will be able to get this car with an optional space saver spare wheel at a later date. Now, if you want to carry long items, yeah, you fold the seats down, you do it from the back here, so you do have to reach in. And when you do, they don't lie completely flat, as you can see, but it's a fairly continuous load floor, so it is easy enough to slide items towards the front of the car. Now, if you want more detail on this car's practicality, such as what it's like with 3 people in the back of it, how easy it is to fit a child seat, and just how much stuff you can cram into the boot, watch our detailed practicality video.
So now we've looked round the car, let's see what it's like to drive.
So I'm going to start this test drive in the Stinger by doing something a little bit unusual for a Kia. I'm going to put the car into drive, then I'm going to turn this knob and put the car into Sports Plus mode, press and hold the stability control button until it goes off. Now I've got my left foot on the brake, I'm going to mash the accelerator, launch control ready. Oh, it's slippery, yes. But there, I just launched the Kia and yeah, I'm well over 60 miles an hour. So let's see how this car handles a twisty road. Can it be as good as a BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe? Actually, the steering's really good. Rolls a little bit, but you can feel what the car's doing beneath you. It's actually really nice and playful. Whoa! And then put on the throttle and the back end will start to come round. I think this is the car that will finally make people forget their Kia prejudices. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it doesn't quite have the poise of a BMW, nor the grip of an Audi with quattro-wheel drive, obviously being rear-wheel drive, but yeah, I'm quite impressed with what they've done. And you can sort of get into a nice rhythm with this car. Through the bends, it is very enjoyable. Bravo, Kia. Bravo. Right, so let's say you're done having fun, then you can turn this dial and put the car into comfort mode. Now, if you have the V6 version of the car, it has adaptive dampers, so it relaxes them off slightly. In the normal car, it doesn't, obviously. But what it does do in all cars is lighten the steering. And I actually prefer the steering in the lighter mode, although, if I'm brutally honest, there isn't that much difference between them. When it comes to just cruising along, it's actually all right, you know, it's not too noisy. It's reasonably relaxed, the seats are comfortable. Now, this particular engine is the 3.3 litre turbocharged V6, and it has 365 horsepower and get to 0 to 60, if it's not wet like today, in 4.7 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be a bit expensive to run because economy, Kia says it'll do, well, about 29 miles per gallon, and I'm getting 24, which is close to what they say, but still a little bit expensive. Now, you might want to go for the 2 litre petrol with the 4-cylinder engine, and that's all right. You know, it's got 250 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds, and it's a bit more economical. That's probably the engine to go for, actually. I would avoid the diesel. You can get a 2.2 litre diesel, and that'll do 0 to 60 in under 8 seconds, and supposedly around 48 miles per gallon. But that engine's a bit rough, and you know, if you want a diesel sports saloon, the Germans just do them so much better. The petrol is where this car is at. In terms of the gearboxes, yeah, you get an automatic 8-speed. It's generally okay. It's not probably as fast shifting as that you get in a BMW. One of the things I do notice is the fact that when you put the car back into sports mode, it makes the exhaust a bit louder. But a lot of that noise is actually just artificial being played through the car speakers. Now, when it comes to driving around town, you don't want a loud exhaust anyway, so okay, we'll put it back into comfort mode. And it's all right for driving at lower speeds. It does fidget about a bit over bumps, even if you've got the suspension in comfort mode, but it's not uncomfortable. In terms of the visibility, well, forward's fine. This is a bit of a blind spot, but the worst thing is the view out of the back window, which is awful. So if you want to see it for yourself, join me for my point of view test drive video. But yeah, it's not too bad. Actually, I'm quite impressed with this. I think Kia have done a mighty fine job in the way that it drives.
Now then, it's time for the CarWow 5 annoying things about this car.
You see this bit of door trim here? It kind of reminds me of that on a Mercedes C-Class. It appears that Kia isn't too proud to copy. Oh look, this car's got centre locking wheel, that's like a racing car, isn't that awesome? Wow. Oh, it's just a cover. That's a bit naff. In most premium cars, if your phone is connected to the car system via Bluetooth, you can actually make phone calls using voice commands, but not in this Kia. You can only do it if you're connected via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. But what happens if you don't want to be connected via those methods, or you don't have an Apple or an Android phone? This car is definitely into its fakery because these bonnet vents, yeah, they're completely fake. There's no vent here. Otherwise I'd be pouring water into the engine and I'm not. Look, there we go, see. Why do manufacturers do it? It looks as though Kia has gone all health and safety crazy because they've fitted this big reflector strip on the back end of the car. And if you think it looks nasty on this red car, you should see it on a black one because it really stands out then.
Thankfully, this car has plenty of cool features to help make up for all this. Here's 5.
This car may well have 365 horsepower, but it still gets Kia's industry-leading 7-year warranty. All Stingers get a head-up display as standard, which is quite unusual. There's a range of aerodynamic features on this car which actually work. So these vents suck air in there, and then it comes out here and flows over the face of the wheel, then back in here and out these vents, and that helps smooth the airflow down the side of the car. Underneath, it's almost completely flat. You're gonna have to trust me on that, and that, once again, aids airflow. Then here at the back, you've got a rear diffuser. Look at that, a rear diffuser on a Kia. The V6 version of the Stinger gets Brembo brakes as standard, and up front you've got 4 piston calipers, and the system itself was actually developed on the Nürburgring. Wow. The Kia Stinger has a limited slip differential, which is great if you want to act like a total hooligan. Whoever acted like this in a Kia? That's enough of that, feel sick. Now, if you want more information on the Kia Stinger or to save money on new cars, go to carwow.co.uk, and you can do that by clicking the pop-out banner in the top right-hand corner of the screen or on the link below the video. So then, it's my verdict on the Kia Stinger. Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, I reckon you should consider the Kia Stinger. It's smart to look at, it's good to drive, it just doesn't feel quite as posh as its German rivals. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it and subscribe to our channel, and click on the windows for more detailed videos on the Kia Stinger. Now, did you spot the Easter egg in this video? It was the picture of the wasp on my phone in the car's boot. Wasp? Stinger? Yeah, exactly.